Right, breaking news this morning, Dave. Tsunami advisories and alerts have been issued for 3 continents after a deadly earthquake rocked Chile. The powerful 8.3 magnitude quake hit near the country's capital of Santiago late last night. People were seen pouring onto the streets as buildings shook. At least 5 people were killed. The impact triggered tsunami watches for New Zealand, parts of California and Hawaii. However, if it did hit part of the U.S., the wave would only be a couple of feet high. We will continue to follow this and we'll pass along any updates. We're also following breaking news out of Brentwood this morning. A group of carjackers is still on the run after crashing into a Metro police officer overnight. Cuthbert Langley's on the scene near Old Hickory Boulevard. So what's the latest, Cuthbert?
Good morning, Amy. What we know right now is that officers have pretty much called off the search for these suspects, but they are still stepping up patrols in this area trying to find them after they slammed into a Metro officer as he was getting onto Interstate 65 northbound right here at OHB early this morning around 1 o'clock. But the story begins a little bit earlier than that when these 3 guys, according to police, robbed a man at gunpoint on Huntington Parkway, which is about 5 minutes up the road from where we are. They stole a silver BMW. One of the suspects was driving that car when he hit that Metro officer. That suspect then got out of that stolen BMW and ran away from the scene. You can see the video here. They had the canines in. They also had the helicopter searching for this guy as well. You can see how damaged the 2 vehicles are. It's amazing. Nobody was really hurt in all of this. So right now, again, they are looking for not only the suspect who was the one who ended up crashing into the officer, but also the 2 others responsible for the carjacking earlier this morning. Now, the officer himself was not injured, but he was carrying a passenger who had some minor injuries. She broke her arm and had to be checked out in an area hospital, but I'm told she has already been released from that hospital and is in the process of being booked into jail at this point for crimes not related to this in any way. So what they know right now about the suspects is that they, again, are 3 of them between the ages of 18 to 25 years old, but that really is all they have to go off of at this point. So if you have some information that could help police in this search, call Crime Stoppers at 615-74-CRIME. We're live in Brentwood this morning. I'm Cuthbert Langley, News Channel 5.
Thank you, Cuthbert. A masked man bursts into a pizza place, threatens employees with a shotgun, and then forces them all into the freezer. And this morning, police are still trying to track him down. Matthew Torres live outside the Papa John's where it happened. So, Matthew, you spoke with some of the employees. I know they're shaken up this morning.
Yeah, I spoke to one of them, in fact, the one who was charged of the employees, and he says, yeah, nobody was hurt, although they are very shaken up. And really, after the incident, they even stayed here longer to clean up and close the actual store, since when this happened, it was really around the time that the Papa John's was closing. This was around 1 a.m. when Metro Police say a man walked in the store, of all things, wearing a mask, the Jason mask, similar to the ones you see from the movies Friday the 13th. He was wearing all black, also carrying a shotgun when he walked in and demanded the employees to give him money. He then forced him to get inside a freezer, according to police, as he got away. In fact, when police got here after getting that hold-up call, the employees were still inside the freezer. Again, luckily, no one was hurt. So far, the description is pretty vague. 6'2", about 180 pounds, all black with dreadlocks, with the Jason mask. If you have information, call police at 615-74-CRIME. We're reporting live. I'm Matthew Torres, News Channel 5.
Matthew, thank you. A man is lucky to be alive after a close call with a fast-moving train. The driver got stuck in a ditch by the tracks near Waters and Washington Avenue. This was around 11 last night when a train started coming. It swiped the car, or truck rather, but luckily he got out in time and was not hurt. Dozens gathered last night to honor the Kentucky State Trooper shot and killed in the line of duty. The candlelight vigil was in Radcliffe, Kentucky, Trooper Joseph Cameron Ponder's hometown. A visitation for the 31-year-old takes place today. His funeral is Friday in Elizabethtown. Ponder will be buried with full military honors at Fort Knox. Sunday night, Trooper Ponder was shot and killed during a high-speed chase on I-24 in Lyon County. The gunman was later killed during a standoff. Ponder had been on the force for just 9 months and was a U.S. Navy veteran. Halloween still a month away, but already a thief is dressing up in a costume, kind of like the story Matthew was telling us about. Yesterday morning, this man wearing a plastic baby mask robbed the Shell Sudden Service on Wilma Rudolph Boulevard in Clarksville. After stealing the cash, he ran away. Police think he may live in the Pin Oak, White Oak, or Paddock Place apartment area. If you recognize him, call Clarksville Crime Stoppers 931-645-TIPS. Also in Clarksville, a manhunt's underway for this man. Chaz Perkins is wanted for trying to rob and carjack someone in the Montgomery County area. If you see him or know where he is, call Crime Stoppers. Officers say she looks like a sweet lady, but don't let that fool you. Franklin police say the suspect befriended an elderly woman at the grocery store in Brentwood yesterday morning. She convinced the victim to drive her to a nearby bank and withdraw several $1,000s. The woman told the victim that she had a weapon, so she'd better hand over the cash. If you recognize the woman seen there in these pictures, call Crime Stoppers 615-794-4000. A family dispute turns into a 5-hour standoff in North Nashville. Investigators say a woman called 911 saying her son, Liddell Walker, was threatening her with a gun. It happened at a home on Ilolo Street yesterday. When officers arrived, the 33-year-old refused to come out. SWAT eventually set up smoke grenades and forced their way inside. We're told Walker appeared drunk and was taken to the hospital to get checked out. He's now charged with aggravated assault.